So today I wanted to make a little commentary video about the movie Onward from Disney and Pixar. This may have a little slight spoilers in it, not too spoilery from the movies, but I did want to talk about how much I didn't like the brother character of the movie. I'm not talking about the younger brother Ian, but the older brother Barley. Some of his main characteristics is that Barley he's kind of large and loud and excitable. And one of his traits as well is that he's obsessed with a role-playing game and history with magic, all that. I think one big positive thing about the character is that I can appreciate having kind of a nerdy character without it being a stereotypical geek, like wimpy and nasally. So I kind of like, that part of character is that it's not just like a geek stereotype. The thing I find most annoying about him is that he's constantly talking in his role-playing voice and his mannerisms come off as a little much. I'm sure there's some people who are actually like that in real life, but I kind of feel like you would have that self-awareness not to always be on and like be a normal person and stuff like that. I feel like what makes Barley annoying is that he comes off as a combination of unaware and inconsiderate, even if it's not that intentional. Like in the beginning scene, he's like roughhousing with his brother Ian, which causes him to spill his cereal, even knocks his toast to the floor. And this whole time I'm thinking like, dude, just fucking let this guy eat his breakfast. So it kind of feels like he's not really respecting boundaries and all that. It just kind of becomes overbearing, even though has as well attention of being a good brother and all that. I do appreciate some aspects of the character Barley being passionate, such as wanting to remember and preserve the past and magic and all that. But a lot of times it just comes off as overbearing. One of the early story beats is that Ian has trouble with his social life and making friends. He gets to the point that he invites some classmates over for his birthday, even if it's really done awkwardly. But then his brother Barley kind of like barges in with his van, and it just kind of totally embarrasses Ian so much it kind of derails the whole thing. And that's what I've been finding with characters like Barley, is like it kind of feels like an annoying trope that even though they're passionate, even if they're good-willed or good intention, it just comes as like they're so overbearing with the interest that it kind of like steamrolls over others. At times it just feels like they just disregard the feelings and boundaries of others. So I did want to talk about a scene in the movie that I find to be kind of an annoying trope. And it's when they're on the quest, Ian and Barley are pulled over by the cops. To avoid trouble, they use a disguise spell to pose as their mother's boyfriend, who is also a police officer. The gimmick of the spell is that if you lie, the spell breaks down. So while speaking to the other cops, the cops talk about how Barley is pretty much a screw-up. Ian does defend his brother, but the spell breaks down, revealing that he's lying. I do find this is kind of a cliche trope of having that moment where a friend or family member finds out that the other person thinks less of them or feels like they're a screw up and stuff like that. I just feel like it just forces a conflict that kind of derails the story, for it to be predictably resolved at the climax of the movie. So things kind of play out with the whole like, oh, you think I'm a screw up, but you never give me a chance. But a lot of times in these movies, these qualities portrayed so far kind of lends to that. Like they kind of feels like a screw up with how they portrayed so far in the movies, the qualities and all that. And also with these characters being so overbearing and all that, it feels like they don't give each other a chance. Like, I'm not giving you a chance, you're not giving me a chance and all that. But I always find that kind of annoying, like, you think less of me and that just derails everything. I would have to say, as much as I find the character Barley annoying, they do push the story along in the right direction, and all's well that ends well. And I would say it's an okay movie with Onward, not the greatest. Maybe if they had someone else casted for Barley, like Jack Black over Chris Pratt, it would have been a much better movie. But just wanted to vent and talk about some of these traits that I find kind of cliche and annoying with characters like Barley. Just wanted to say thanks for taking time to listen to my stupid little video and commentary. The best way to support me in the channel is to like, comment, and subscribe. There's links in the description for social links and all that. And comment below what kind of movies, cartoons, whatever you want me to talk about in the future. And yeah, have a great day.